Gross moments on my 600-pound life.
You can't turn in? You up, dude? You up, baby?
You got up.
No, it won't do this.
It's good, though.
No pain, no gain, okay?
Hit me, Daddy. Hit me.
There we go.
And I'm coming off the bed.
Okay.
All right. I told you my foolishness works sometimes.
Janine Mueller's journey started at a staggering weight of 678 pounds, facing severe health complications. But now, she was done with her harrowing lifestyle. That is why she reached out to a famous reality TV doctor, and he crafted a stringent weight loss plan for Janine, encompassing radical dietary changes and exercise. However, she initially had a tough time keeping up with it, and cheated on her diet abhorrently like this.
I'd like a 20-piece nuggets, large fries, a large Dr. Pepper. They used to have those sideshows where you'd go and pay 10 cents to see the fat lady. Now all they have to do is wait and see if I leave my apartment.
But soon she came back to her senses and mended her ways. And this is what made her one of the fans' favorites. Her unwavering determination and her willingness to confront her life-threatening condition head-on made her stand out. As the pounds began to shed, her physical and emotional progress was evident. But it doesn't mean that it was easier.
I just need something right here. I can't do this. I can't do this.
You got this. You got this. You're in. You're in. Take a breath.
Janine was always a big child, and her odd relationship with her mother placed more psychological burden on her. So, at every inconvenience, she turned to food, making her grow more obese with every passing year. But her newfound confidence and self-esteem blossomed as she navigated the challenges of her journey. It was disclosed that Janine had continued to make strides toward a lighter life, reaching a weight of 312 kilograms by the end of the show.
You did it. The procedure was a success today, but this is only a short-term solution because we're only able to leave it in for 6 months.
Featured on the 6th season of My 600-Pound Life, Lisa Fleming shared a unique and complex story with the audience. Her childhood seemed smooth and normal, filled with love, raised alongside her 5 brothers by a caring father. However, her relationship with her mother added a layer of complication. Her mother used food for various emotions, offering it as a gesture of love or using it as a form of punishment when upset with Lisa.
Herbert's eating this, you're eating it too.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm trying to get to. Remember, you don't have to be honest with me, you have to be honest with you. Because this is about you.
Yes.
You cannot lose weight if you are eating these foods.
The situation escalated when Lisa's parents divorced, leading her to develop an emotional reliance on eating as a coping mechanism. Nighttime became a sanctuary for Lisa, with ice cream becoming her sole companion. Her mother never restricted her eating habits, resulting in Lisa weighing 120 pounds by the age of 11, marking the beginning of her ongoing struggle with weight gain.
My 2 daughters and 5 grandkids live with me, and I rely on my family for help. I feel a lot of guilt about how much my family have to take care of me.
Tragedy struck with the death of her brother, and later giving birth at the age of 15. Lisa's weight continued to spiral out of control, reaching 704 pounds. The situation became dire when her daughter discovered maggots in the folds of her skin. Paramedics were called, revealing Lisa's dramatic reluctance to seek help.
That wasn't bad, was it?
Oh, Lord, please don't let them kill me.
Hold a hand.
Hit me, Daddy. Hit me.
There we go.
And I'm coming off the bed.
Okay. There you go. All right.
It later emerged that she had been hiding ice cream for her boyfriend, using it as a reward for sexual favors. Despite managing to lose some weight, going from 704 to 614 pounds, Lisa failed to adhere to Dr. Now's prescribed diet, quickly regaining the lost pounds. Dr. Now, growing impatient, eventually expelled her from the weight loss program, citing manipulative behavior as the reason.
What she decided to do just next month.
I feel like Dr. Now was really hard on me, but I'm still gonna keep trying because I know that life is worth living.
I'm sure you remember James King. He was around 700 pounds, gaining notoriety for his stubborn and arrogant demeanor. Raised by his father alongside his brother, he had limited contact with his mother, who had passed away a few months before his appearance on the show. James exhibited a self-centered attitude, caring little for others.
My father needs me, and all I can do is sit there. If they're taking Dad to the hospital, I don't know. They don't know yet. I know my dad, he wouldn't win if he didn't think something was wrong, because he's stubborn, and I know him.
Getting James to Houston required his father to refinance his house, and his daughter had to sacrifice her education to care for him. James, displaying manipulative behavior, influenced those around him, even convincing his fiancée to sneak food into the hospital. His escalating medical issues, stemming from his size, eventually led to a complete shutdown of his body, rendering him unable to stand due to poor circulation in his legs.
I was just so depressed, tore up, I couldn't even go to school. It seemed like all I wanted to do was eat. And food was what had made me safe all these years growing up. And by the time I was 18, I was just about 400 pounds.
Despite attempts to follow the weight loss regimen, James gained 60 pounds in a week due to his girlfriend enabling his food addiction. Dr. Now confronted the situation, likening James's food addiction to a deadly drug. Weighing an astonishing 803 pounds, James was removed from the program as it became evident that he and his family were not taking the effort seriously.
761. That's even higher than when you arrived. You know what causes that, right?
You got to be kidding me, man.
You've been sneaking food in again. I purposely had the staff let up to see if he would do this.
Tragically, James King did not achieve the necessary weight loss for surgery and passed away on April 3rd, 2020, at the age of 49. His story serves as a somber reminder of the challenges and consequences associated with severe obesity.
I'm real nervous about Dr. Now knowing, what I weigh, because he's probably going to be very upset. So I really don't know what to expect from him, really. I just hope he has a lot of patience with me and gives me another chance.
Julius J.T. Clark came up on initial weight of 892 pounds, making him one of the largest individuals ever showcased on the show. Aside from the typical health challenges associated with such immense weight, Clark faced an additional hurdle: a 100-pound lymphedema mass on his leg, causing severe swelling due to a blockage of lymph fluids.
748, huh?
I haven't gained any weight since I've been here.
When you're 700 pounds, if you stick with the 1200 calorie diet, how much you gonna lose a month? 100 pounds.
Yeah, I did that last month like you said.
You should have done it again.
Growing up in a financially struggling but close-knit family with 2 sisters and a brother, Clark, being the oldest, recalled a time when his father, working at a hot dog stand, provided free meals for the family. However, as he got older, his parents' focus shifted to drugs, leading to financial difficulties for the family.
Really didn't have any friends. I just had food in my family. So I kept eating as much as I could whenever I could. So I was up around 450 then. My family started to become a lot more responsibility for me.
Left to fend for himself and his siblings, Clark's weight skyrocketed over the next 3 years, reaching 300 pounds by the age of 13. His size became a hindrance at school, but he managed to secure a job at a fast food restaurant.
Got a job at a fast food place. I can earn a paycheck, keep eating all day, and I made what we needed. But the stress of it all was hard. To do school and work like that, and I started to get really depressed, and that just made me want to eat more.
In an attempt to transform his life and lose weight, JT, accompanied by his fiancée, traveled to Houston to seek Dr. Now's help. However, his actions strained his relationship, leading to her departure. Even Dr. Now, known for his patience, reached a limit and threatened to remove JT from the program. This ultimatum prompted JT to clean up his act, and he successfully shed 400 pounds by adhering to Dr. Now's exercise and diet program after receiving clearance for gastric sleeve surgery.
I had my 2-month post-surgery follow with Dr. Now a few days ago, and I'm just barely in the 400s at 491. I've just barely lost over 400 pounds. I can hardly believe I've been able to do that.
Lanta White made her debut on season 7, entering the spotlight with a weight of 662 pounds. Standing at 5'2", she embarked on a journey to shed enough weight to enhance her health before reaching the age of 40. Having been bedridden for 2 years and struggling to care for her 4 children, her situation was challenging.
Dr. now said I could have chicken. I'm eating my grilled chicken, but I still have to make fried chicken like I always do. They shouldn't have to suffer because of me. And I just sneak a little bit of it when no one's looking.
Her pursuit of a weight loss goal led her to Houston, but the journey took a poignant turn when her partner, Jeremy, left her. He had a preference for larger women and was grappling with the potential loss of his feeding role.
I don't have anyone to help me no more. I'm really depressed about all this. Every time I try to turn my life around and get my head above water, it just feels like something's there to trip me up and drag me back down.
Despite the heartbreak of Jeremy's departure, Lashanta decided to proceed with the move, supported by her sons. However, 9 months after her initial consultation with weight loss specialist Dr. Now, she had only managed to lose 113 pounds. Consequently, Dr. Now hesitated to authorize her for weight loss surgery.
1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, man.
I can't.
You can't turn in? You up, though? You up, baby? You was up,
Okay,
baby?
you got up. No pain, no gain, okay?
Like many others featured on the show, Lashanta remained determined to undergo gastric bypass surgery. Over the following year, she shed an additional 47 pounds, finally meeting the criteria for Dr. Now to schedule her for the surgery. Today, Lashanta is virtually unrecognizable, showcasing a transformative journey towards a healthier and happier life.
You're at 529, and that's loss of 47 pounds. You lost some weight, not quite 50, but we'll round up for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Jean Covey, a woman in her 30s from Texas, entered the show with a weight of 702 pounds, seeking help from Dr. Now. Her struggles with binge eating were rooted in a traumatic childhood marked by her parents' divorce and enduring molestation from her mother's boyfriend. She recounted how, at the age of 5, she began using food as a form of retaliation, leading to a destructive pattern of binge eating. Eventually, she became entirely bedridden, reliant on her mother for even the most basic tasks.
I always worried about her weight because I was a heavy child. So I was trying very hard to try to keep it under control because I didn't want her to have to go through what I had. I did everything I could think of.
Jean's mother provided assistance with everything, including hygiene needs related to a concerning outgrowth that had started to bleed. Dr. Now emphasized the severity of the situation, warning that the wound could be life-threatening, urging Jean to be determined to change her life. During her time in the hospital, she showed progress, prompting her release with the goal of losing more weight to qualify for weight loss surgery.
It helped get rid of all the dirt and dead skin around the sore on my leg and cleared up my infection enough to come home. So my leg is feeling better. I take on one chore where I feed the dogs and give them their food and water every day.
However, her progress took a downturn, with Jean managing to lose only 8 pounds over the next 2 months. The challenges intensified when she lost her father, sending her into a deep emotional struggle. Her mother's illness further hindered her progress, pushing Jean back into the comforting arms of food. Despite losing 53 pounds in the hospital, she gained 30 pounds at home, jeopardizing her second chance.
All you needed to do was lose the remaining 50 pounds in 6 weeks on your own to get down to your overall goal I gave you. But instead, you gained back 29 pounds.
Yes.
Despite being granted another opportunity due to her initial confidence, Jean squandered it. Despite showing resilience for 6 months, she eventually decided to voluntarily leave the show, concluding her treatment and returning home from Houston. Jean's journey reflects the complex emotional ties between trauma, weight struggles, and the challenges of breaking free from destructive coping mechanisms.
With what has happened to Jean and Barbara, we're obviously going to give them some time to take care of what they need and mourn their loss. They both need to make sure they still do what they need to prioritize their health.
Casey King's journey in My 600-Pound Life is a powerful narrative of struggle, resilience, and a lot of craziness. When he first stepped onto the screen, Casey was grappling with an astounding 700 pounds of weight.
I would just eat until I'm dead, probably. A normal day for me is wake up around 12, figure out something I'm going to eat immediately. TV, video games, bed. It's not a lot of activity.
His struggle extended beyond the physical realm as he faced emotional turmoil and the relentless grip of depression. Still, The most baffling thing to watch was that his life was not only plagued by the daunting challenges of mobility, but even the simplest daily tasks such as hygiene were a struggle.
I'm a bigger guy with like folds. I have to move around like almost like a pig in a way and wallow and roll over to get like the back of my leg. I have to lift up literal pieces of skin. It's just a super difficult process.
However, the good part was that my 600-pound life was about to change this young man's life for good with the help of Dr. Now. Yup. The amateur video game enthusiast gave his whole diet regimen a shot, and he followed it to the letter. Despite numerous setbacks and the emotional toll of his struggle, he made remarkable progress. The viewers of my 600-pound life witnessed his physical and emotional transformation, as well as the complex yet ultimately supportive dynamics within his family.
Did your arm rotations.
All right, gotcha.
I had Casey move his own body weight so he can establish a correlation between what he's accomplished already and what he can expect himself to do in the future.
His knees up high.
Casey King's voyage on my 600-pound life is a remarkable testament to the transformative power of determination, medical intervention, and the support of family, as he lost 600 pounds in total. His journey is a reminder that even in the face of extreme adversity, it is never too late to embark on a journey of self-improvement, ultimately regaining health and well-being.
I weighed 823 pounds. Today, I weigh about 245. I've lost over 550 pounds. Choosing to have the surgery is by far the best decision of my life. I would do it again to this day.